Global politics is so crazy right now. It feels more like reality TV rather than anything real. That's dangerous for a few reasons. Some people can't stand it, so you just have a tendency to turn off. For others, it becomes more like entertainment. You know, it's like watching the traitors. Who's going to get murdered? Who's going to get kicked out of the castle? You wake up in the morning and it's water cooler talk about your favorites rather than something that's going to impact the lives of millions and billions of people. So, normally I'm not a fan of focusing on the view from the top, but this week I really want to encourage you to go all in on the Real Housewives of Davos. I want you to focus all your energies on the comings and goings, the drama of everyone at that small mountain town in Switzerland. Because listen, the great and the good, the powerful and influential, those who want to hear and be heard are there, talking to each other, about each other, and with each other on things that do matter to how we are going to live. And let's get real. It is unprecedented, these times we're living through. Look, I'm calling it. Third week of January, I am giving us another time check. And that is the most overused word of the year for a reason. We are seeing a change in the world order when it comes to politics, security, and the economy. And so if there was ever a time to focus on those people at the top, it is now. And secondarily, it's I think in Housewives lingo, they call it the friends of. Focus on the friends of. That is going to be the think tanks, the analysts who are there, the people who are talking about and to the people who aren't speaking to each other, who have great connections. This is the week to read every think piece. And at the same time, do not forget that there is a reality independent of what the people at the top want it to be. There is a reality on the ground. And it is not just impacted down by what those in power say. It has an impact up. And things happen that people don't see coming and don't direct. I've seen it myself. In Tunisia, Mohamed Bouazizi was a fruit seller. He set himself on fire and started the Arab Spring. I remember being in New Orleans right after the levees broke and after Hurricane Katrina. The flooding of that city changed America in many ways. People didn't see it coming. We always say things are inevitable after the fact. But the truth is, again and again and again, I've been woken up really early in the morning or taken off holidays because something happened that we were totally caught off guard by. So don't lose sight of that as we are listening to the siren song of the powerful. Because we've even seen it these last few weeks. The protests in Iran, the death of Renee Good, those were not events that were predicted, and they are events that have dominated the first few weeks of the year. It is important to keep an eye on the ground. The more we keep an eye on the patterns and the people and the stories that are being shaped actually in a lot of these countries we end up talking about, the less we're surprised. We will always be surprised because, not everything is under the control of the masters of the universe. So keep an eye on those things. And for this week, please feel free to indulge yourself in a little BravoCon at Davos. But just remember, not everything is decided over fondue.